Welcome back to another episode of the Talk Tanner Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. You become better for not only you, but the people you love and care about most. You gotta be a little uncomfortable and take that leap of faith. You're in control of the process. I'm here with you. If we don't continue to grow, if we don't continue to move on, we will be sad and upset. We're going to be talking a lot about diet and exercise, specifically the diets and exercises I've been trying on. I've been really into fitness for well over a decade, probably around when I was 16. I got into heavy lifting and been doing it ever since, on and off, a lot of different variations, everything from rock climbing to powerlifting to cycling to swimming. And additionally, with a lot, I've tried a lot of diets. And I definitely think there are a few, they're not easy, but they're simple ways to get a six pack if that's something that you want or you desire, right? I've always wanted one. I like having one. I think it makes someone look very sexy and disciplined. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to talk about diet and exercise. I'm going to talk about things I've struggled with, talks about just opportunities in general. Again, I am not a personal trainer and I am not a nutritionist, but I've worked with both of these. I've worked with personal trainers. I've worked with nutritionists for well over a decade, and kind of as a consumer. So maybe hopefully this can shed a little light. So on the diet part, this is definitely the most important piece. Straight up out of the bag, this sucks. It sucks to hear, it sucks to know, but definitely the diet is going to be the best thing, or when it comes to making your body look a certain way and feel a certain way. I put diet over exercise every day of the week. That's me personally. It can be, I get it. It can be different for everyone, but from my personal experience, diet is a way better indicator of my energy and of how I look than the physical exercise, which sounds weird to some, but that is just my personal experience. Okay. Vegetables, meat, fruit, and vegetables. If you only eat these things, I promise you will shred weight and you can get a six pack in a relatively short period of time if you stay really consistent with it. And I like to follow these ratios. So for like a breakfast, this would be an example breakfast of something that I would eat. And I consider eggs to be meat. I consider eggs to be meat, just like I consider ground turkey, lean ground beef, or chicken or something like that. I consider that to fall into the meat category. So for, say, an example breakfast would be eggs, turkey, like ground turkey specifically. That's what I like to eat quite a bit, ground turkey. And then you have 4 veggies. This has been the best meal for me to get absolute maximum protein and to also feel and increase my energy levels. Remember, our goal today that we're really talking about is, this is more like a six pack and high energy diet. And again, you're like, Tanner, I don't care about six pack. I don't want a six pack. Maybe you do. I know I want one and I want to keep one. And for you, you're just saying you would just want a flatter stomach or something like that. Well, with this type of diet, this is what I found to be the easiest to get your body to trim back and to look really lean and sexy. That's, out of all the diets I've done, this has been the best for me, is meat, fruit, and vegetables. And I'm talking about trying to be as strict with this as possible. Like 4 veggies is a lot. Bell peppers, broccoli, spinach, onions. These are some of my favorites that I put into there. You can go to any grocery store and you can find tons of them. And there's lots of vegetables. If you actually eat enough of them, they will make you feel full. I get this a lot. Like, oh, I eat this kind of diet and then I'm like super, super hungry. You might just need to eat a little bit more. Like I do 3 eggs, about 3 ounces of turkey, and then 4 different vegetables chopped up and then thrown in there, all mixed together. And that has me rocking and rolling, high energy and feeling good and feeling really lean. I can feel it in my stomach. I can see it in my stomach. And diet-wise, that has been my absolute best. So if you are going to eat carbs, I didn't want to kind of put a little caveat on the diet part. So if you are going to eat carbohydrates, because people are just going to do this, is I wouldn't do it for breakfast and lunch, dinner only. And this is for really focusing on energy. So for an energy perspective, I really wouldn't eat any like heavy carbohydrates, like really much of any until dinner. So dinner time is totally fine for me because then I'm already in a state of relaxation. Because when you eat a lot of carbs or you just eat a lot of heavy foods in general, you have so much blood going to your gut that it leaves your head and your limbs and the rest of your body, and it makes you pretty tired and fatigued. That's my personal experience. So I don't mind eating a decent amount of carbs for dinner. Granted, eating a lot of carbs right before bed isn't amazing for six-pack, but if your higher priority, which my higher priority is energy, it would be then, okay, I don't really care too much, then I can eat it for dinner. And again, this is, if you are going to eat carbohydrates, I would stick to things like rice, potatoes, rice and potatoes have always served me really well. It's kind of clean. I digest it pretty clean. And also oatmeal. Those are great foods that I've really fallen in love with, that give me a lot of energy, that make me feel really good. You're trying to get it up and get really crazy with the oatmeal. You can put like peanut butter, you can put fruit, you can put granola. You can mix these up. And there's so many recipes online that you can really benefit yourself and make yourself feel a lot better. So for dinner, if you are going to eat dinner, like for example, last night I had some veggies, I had some steak, and I had some potatoes. And I just didn't eat a ton of it. I used to have a problem where I'd be like a glutton and I would eat until I felt literally sick. I think a lot of us do that because we live in America and we have the option and availability to do that. And food tastes really, really good nowadays. We all know this. So if you are going to eat some carbs, I would say try and do your best to stick back to things like rice, potatoes, and oatmeal. And for an energy perspective, I don't try to eat any of that stuff until at least dinner. So that's the rough stuff on diet. So now on exercise, this is about as simple as I can get, and this is what I've found the best results with, is push-pull legs. So when it comes to exercise, push, I need a new piece of chalk. So this has always been tried and true for me, push-pull legs. Push, thinking of your pushing muscles. So this could be like your chest, your triceps, your shoulders, thinking of your pull muscles. So when you're pulling, so your biceps, your back, think of your legs, the lower half of your body, right? Of course, your legs. And additionally, I like to throw in a little bit of core in a couple different of these days, and that seems to work really well with me. For some reason, I used to have this belief, and maybe it can be helpful to someone else because I don't know why I thought this, but I used to think that if I worked out my abs, it would bulk them up and it would make them not look as good. Totally false. If you should really work out your core not as much as possible, but you should incorporate like any other thing, like if you're going to be training your arms, you need to be training your core as much as your arms. And you don't want to be overtraining one particular part of your body over the other. I think that can cause things to be a little bit out of whack and certain things to have a little bit of pull and movement, and that can cause injury and fatigue and other things that we do not want. So this is what I found to be the best for exercise. And again, I don't like to train exercise more than 3 times a week. 2 times a week, 3 times a week, absolutely good for me. Good to go. Don't need to be doing more than that. I think anything outside of that is a little excessive. And especially if you want to be really healthy, if you want to look good for a really long time and you want to have really good energy levels for a long time, like say you want to go into your older age, then I think there's no need to be working out, lifting weights, particularly more than 3 times a week. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to talk about a few alternatives. Sorry, I just totally nailed my desk. I'm a little flustered this morning, a little chaotic, got a lot going on, but that's okay. Healthy alternatives going on to this. So when it comes to exercise, I was talking to one of my clients, and part of the rules for our 6-week challenge is you need to exercise 3 times a week. Like, non-negotiable, just for 6 weeks. Just give me 6 weeks of your life. And we just need to put in part of the program, finding out who you are, what you want, and why you want it. I think we really need to incorporate a little bit of exercise 3 times a week, specifically for the program that I have, and kind of dialing that in. And people are like, I'm hurt, this is going on, this is that. And then these are just alternatives that I've done that have made me feel the healthiest, that have really helped with that six pack and really high energy levels. Is swimming. If you are beat up and your joints are all jacked up, get in the water. That stuff is absolutely incredible. Anti-gravity, thinking of the buoyancy of your body and how it moves. Try and get in the water. And if you don't know how to work out in the water, like I had no idea how to work out in the water properly, YouTube University, talk to a personal trainer, talk to other people who are experienced swimmers. You know somebody who knows something about getting in the pool. And if you really have that hard of a time finding somebody, reach out to me and I'll go find somebody for you. It's very, very important. I think it's one of the healthiest ways to work out is swimming. So if you're really scared about your joints or your body and you don't want to be lifting weights and doing something like push-pull legs, swimming is major key. Absolutely very helpful. And additionally, yoga, you should be doing this regardless. And this is something that I've been struggling with doing. I talk to my brother all the time. He's like an acrobat, really, really talented rock climber. And he does yoga a lot. He's stretching all the time. And he's continuing to talk to me about stretching, slowing my movements down, and really getting these little small tendons and stuff healthy and intact around your shoulder joints, around your elbows, a lot of stuff with his wrists and his hands. So I'm trying to incorporate more of the yoga stuff, but I'd be lying to say I do it religiously. It's really slow for me. Additionally, one of my other best friends up in Milwaukee, he's been doing it more and he's been getting good results with his hip mobility and his ankle mobility. So I'm really trying to incorporate more of this and trying to get it more in my life. So I'm talking about it here today. But I have been swimming a lot lately, and I can tell you that that's been making my shoulders and my neck feel really good because that's where I get more strains and pains than anywhere. But swimming and yoga, absolutely incredible and amazing alternatives. If you're looking for something different than the classic, just in the gym, push, pull legs or other things. Again, I highly recommend talking to a nutritionist, a personal trainer, somebody who works in the fitness industry. I have a couple basic requirements. So we have a 6-week program that is guaranteed to totally change your life in a positive direction. If you're looking to invest in yourself, if you're looking to be a healthier version of yourself, if you're looking for more energy, if you're looking to have a plan for your life, then the one-page life plan is definitely for you. It takes 6 weeks to complete. It's intensive, but well worth it. And I guarantee full satisfaction or your money back. So please, if you know anyone looking to take a 6-week course on personal development, have them reach out to me. I would love to show them more about what we're offering and how we can really change your life. Thanks for checking out our content. If you want to learn more about investing in yourselves and working with me and our company personally, we offer a 6-week Total Life Mastery Bootcamp where we go over the most important topics to make sure that our life has the foundation we need to catapult us forward to take the right and proper actions to become happier and more productive, guaranteed, or our money back.